have to cut her. So it was a Wednesday, 3rd of March 2021, 1 a.m. That was the first time I felt a contraction in my life, but it wasn't so painful. It was like a small period pain. So it was around 1 a.m. there. The pains started. I just woke up. I didn't tell anybody that time. I woke up, I went to the bathroom, I came back, and then it started kind of like increasing just a bit. Then I woke my sister up, and then my sister, now the thing is, she panics a lot. So I was avoiding not to tell her, but I had to, because she has been through it, so she would know how it would be, how the pains would be. So I thought it was just maybe false labor and stuff. And that time I was 41 weeks pregnant. Yeah, 41 weeks. I think that was going to be my 41st week of pregnancy. Or was it 40 weeks and 6 days? I think it was 40 weeks and 6 days, or 40 weeks and 7 days. I don't know, but it was around that time. So yeah, I woke my sister up. That was now around 3 a.m. in the morning. Now, after the night, it was still the same day, it was still a Wednesday. In the morning, the pains started getting a bit stronger, just a little bit. So throughout the day, I've been having contractions, slight contractions. I've been timing them, and the app was telling me that I must go to the hospital, blah blah blah. But I was like, it's not that painful, because I can still like do things. I can walk, I can talk, I can, through the pains. They were not so close to each other, so that's why I didn't even go to the hospital. And then that day was my baby girl's grandmother's birthday. So we were in the night now, which was 8 o'clock. We were having a small party here at home. And I was just having my contractions that time, but it wasn't so bad. But they were getting stronger. I could feel they were getting stronger. And then, yeah, that around the same time, 8 p.m. in the evening, my sister-in-law got me castor oil, baby. My sister-in-law got me castor oil to drink. 1 tablespoon of castor oil to drink. That thing was disgusting. It's like you are swallowing Vaseline or something, I don't know. Yeah, so I took that tablespoon of castor oil. That's very disgusting. And yeah, we went to bed around 9 o'clock there. The pains really now began to be extreme, like extreme. But I could still do things through them. I could still joke around, walk, and I was even doing a few exercises that people say they induce labor. I've been searching on YouTube for those exercises. I've been doing those exercises, and yeah. So, and then that was 9 p.m. And then 10 p.m. That's when the pains now began, the real deal now. And then I was like, I can't, I need to go to the hospital. So past 10, that's when we have decided, no, we must go to the hospital. And then we took the bags, my bag and the baby's bag. We packed, we drove to the hospital. And that's now after curfew. Imagine curfew is 10 o'clock, so that's the time we went to the hospital after that. And then I went to the hospital, and on the car ride, the hospital isn't so far, but it felt like it was very, very far. When you are maybe passing, driving on a hump, the pains. Anyway, we arrived at the hospital. It was past 10. That's on the 3rd of March, on a Wednesday, past 10 p.m. We arrived, and then we thought my mother-in-law and my boyfriend, they are the ones that were with me, went in the hospital with me. They said no. You know, it's a public hospital, right? So it's not these things of like people can stay there with you or something like that. So I was checked in. No, before I was checked in, I went to the maternity ward, and then then the pain was just something else. I was just walking, dragging my feet and stuff. It was the contractions were even like very very close to each other, like very close to each other, and they were frequently coming as well. So went to the maternity ward, and then I found a line of pregnant ladies there, and in the evening, and then they said no, they had to check me first. I didn't know what it was, but I somehow had an idea, but I didn't know it was that. They literally put their fingers in your vajayjay to check how many centimeters dilated you are. That time I didn't even care. I really did not care. If I thought I would care, but when you're having contractions, you don't care about anything. You don't care about anybody. You just, you know. Anyway, yeah. So I lied on the bed. They told me to lie on the bed, and then at first they checked the baby's heartbeat with that thing, that loud thing. I don't know what it is. It's weird. It's like a monitor or something. I don't know. They checked the baby's heartbeat. It was fine, and then they checked me, and then I was 3 centimeters dilated that time. 3 centimeters dilated when I got to the hospital, and then they were like, they checked me in now in the hospital. Yeah, from there they told me no, you just bring your stuff in this room, and yeah, and then I was checked in. My boyfriend and my mother-in-law had to go back, so they went back, and then I went into this room. It's a room with other pregnant women. I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 people in one room. We were 8 in the room. Everybody has their own bed, and they were separated by those curtains in the hospital. But I didn't even care. Honestly, I didn't care. And then I went into that room. I was in pain. The pains now started getting extreme. I was in pain. Then I was looking around the other women. Nobody seemed to be in the same pain as I was that time. But I think it was because most of them were booked for C-section. So maybe the babies were too big or anything like that, or their waters broke, but nothing was happening. I don't know. They were booked for C-section, most of them. So that's why most of them were not in pain like I was. Okay. And then I put on my pajamas. I took my gown because it was a bit cold. And then I thought now I was gonna sleep. Hey, just when you're lying on the bed like this, oh my dear, the things are starting. You sure? So I just stand up. I didn't even care about my phone. I just leave it on the bed. Imagine there's 8 other strangers in the room, but you know, it's a hospital, it's pregnant women. Who has time to even steal or anything like that? And then I even leave my phone there on the bed. I walk around in the bathroom, just walking around, going through my pains. And that was now around 11 or 12, 11 going to 12, midnight, just walking around. And then I managed to make friends with was it 2 other women in our room. I managed to make friends, so we're just there talking and going through our contractions. 2 more people also started feeling pains and stuff like that, so they're also having contractions. And then we have decided, I think it was now around 1 a.m. we have decided to go outside of the hospital, outside in the middle of the night, to go outside in front of the hospital, outside there, to go feel some fresh air, because it started getting hot as well. Yeah. And then we went outside. I was just there. This other woman was talking a lot. Oh, this lady was talking a lot, but I was not even listening to her stories. For her, it's because she wasn't having contractions, but her water broke. at home, so she had to come to the hospital, and she was pregnant with twins. Her water broke, but she was not having contractions, so she just decided to take a walk with us just because she wants some fresh air. So she was just there talking and talking stories. I was not even listening because I was in pain, and I was like even getting thirsty when I was having my contractions. Yeah, so we were outside, I was walking around in the fresh air. It was really better, it made me feel better. Then later, one of the nurses told us that no, we shouldn't be outside while we're pregnant. We shouldn't be outside the hospital, so we had to go back in. Then the pains now again started now getting really extreme. They started getting extreme and extreme. You can't lie down. I thought I was going to sleep through it, but I couldn't. Just when I'm entering the room like this, that room had a weird vibe. When I'm entering the room like this, oh, the pains just start. Time was going, the pains were getting extreme. Then the only thing that would relieve my pains when I was having my contractions was going to the bathroom, holding on top of the door, the bathroom, no, not the bathroom door, it was on the wall, or no, it was a toilet door. I go in the toilet, I hold on top, I reach on top of the door, then I squat down, I stretch. I don't know what the hell I was doing, but it was relieving my pain. It was making me feel better, and the pains were getting extreme. And then you get to the point where you feel like you must, when you're having the contraction, then you feel like you must push, but you should not push. It's very dangerous. Don't push, you will swell or something like that. I don't know, I'm not a nurse, but yeah, it's something of that type. Yeah. Then luckily, our videos that I watched on YouTube, the birth videos that I watched on YouTube, were positive. I watched positive birth videos, and that's what people should do when they're expecting. Don't watch these scary things of people screaming and whatever. Watch the positive birth videos. They really help, because I learned that when you are having your contractions, there's a certain hormone that is released, and that it's actually the same hormone that is released when you are, I think, when you are feeling good or something like that, when you're like in love or something, I don't know. But yeah, it's something of that type. So you must just tell yourself, what I kept on doing was just telling myself that I'm about to meet my baby. That's why I'm having my contractions. My baby is getting closer and closer, and I kept on wanting more contractions, although it was very, very painful. Very painful. I kept on wanting more contractions, because that means that my baby is getting closer. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and then I think somewhere in the middle of the night, I don't even know what time it was this time, because I didn't even have my phone to check the time. I left it on the bed and stuff. So somewhere in the middle of the night, maybe around 2 there, I just kept on being in the bath. I was just in the bathroom. When I was having my contractions. I was just having my moment in the bathroom, and the way I was breathing, because I read or I watched somewhere that when you are having contractions and you feel like pushing, don't push. You must just breathe in and out, in and out. I was breathing very funny. That's what I kept on doing when I was getting my contractions. And then later I checked on my, I think I was peeing, then I saw that I lost, I think, my mucus plug. I think that's what it's called, my mucus plug, and it was like this mucusy thing with a little bit of blood in it. So I was feeling happy that I lost that, because that's like stages now to giving birth now. So I was reaching those milestones basically. And then but my water didn't break yet. Yeah, my water didn't break yet. It's just that just a little, I think it was just drips that were coming out. I thought now that's how water breaking is, but no, it's not. So I don't know, it's just some liquid, a little bit of liquids coming out, but this is just drops. It wasn't a lot like gushy or stuff like that. Anyway, around 4 a.m. in the hospital, that's the time where the nurses check everybody to see how many centimeters they are dilated, to check the heartbeat of the babies and stuff like that. So that's the time we're supposed to be checked. So 4 a.m. we lined up, still having contractions, didn't even have time to sit in the line or anything, just walking around to wait until it's your turn to go in that room now where they check. And then they checked me, and then I was 7 to 8 centimeters dilated, and I was just walking the whole time. I was just walking the whole time. Yeah. So I was not feeling so great that I was 7 to 8 centimeters, because I thought I was almost there. I was there. I thought I was already 10 centimeters. I was about to give birth. So now I continued with my walking around the hospital. Now it was like 6 o'clock there. That 6 o'clock is visiting hours. Early in the morning, people come to visit. So now during the night, it was hot. It was extremely hot. So I removed all my PJs, all my pajamas, and then I just remained in my underwear. No bra, no nothing, just the underwear and the gown. So what I was doing is, when I get a contraction, I remove my gown, and then I just walk around in my underwear with my belly and my boobs out. In the hospital, not in the room, around the hospital, my dear. But it's within the maternity ward though. But it was just around. So I was just walking around. I couldn't sit, I couldn't lie down, no, nothing. I could just manage the pain when I was walking. So yeah, and I was just making those weird sounds, breathing in and out. While other people there were also other women that were doing the most, screaming and stuff, but oh my goodness, it's so dramatic, man. Anyway, so yeah, so around 6 there, 7 there. I think now it's 7 o'clock. That's where the nurses do their shifts. So the ones that were working night shift, they get relieved. Then the new nurses come in at 7 a.m. 7 in the morning. So imagine now that time the sun rose. The sun was rising, or it rose, I don't know, but it was bright outside. So the people were coming in, people were walking all over around and stuff like that, and you're just there having your contractions, my dear. You don't care. You do not care. So you're just the flashing people. Oh my goodness. Yeah, anyway, so I was now hoping, now the place where people were giving birth, it's like this car room. There's 2 rooms, basically, actually 2 rooms with beds. So you just see other people going in there, going to push, and then they come back. You hear baby crying and stuff like that. So now when you're having contractions, you're hoping that you're the one to get into that room. You're just hoping that the nurses say, okay, go in the room. But no, my dear, no, you're not ready. You are not ready. You must just continue with your breathing and your pains and your whatever. But yeah, I kept on telling myself, I just kept being positive thoughts, just thinking I can't wait to meet my baby and stuff. Yeah. And then the new nurses came in. I thought I was going to be delivered by the nurses that were working night shift, but they were like, they will just hand me over to the new nurses that are coming in at 7. So the new nurses came in, they checked through my file, and then I don't know what the nurse asked me. I think she asked what time I came in or something, I don't know. Oh no, she checked, I think the time I was checked, that I was 7 to 8 centimeters. That was around 4 a.m. and now it's like 7 already, past 7. So she was like, yo, you are really brave. That's what she said. And then she told me to go in the car room. Yo, the relief, the excitement. I think I was having contractions, but I wasn't even feeling them that time, because I was excited that I was finally going to give birth. So she told me, now the nurse that was attending to me was a student nurse at UNAM. Student nurse, yeah. So she told me, no, you must just lie on the bed. I must remove everything, lie on the bed. When you're getting a contraction, you just open your legs, then you push. You start pushing through the contraction. Then when it stops, you also stop pushing. Then you can even lie on your side and relax and stuff. So I was like, okay. She was very nice, very very nice and very kind. I was so lucky. I kept on pushing, when I get a contraction. And let me tell you, that pushing is not something, I don't know. I feel like the contractions were better than the pushing process for me, because it's like the baby was not coming out. Although she was telling me I was making progress, I was getting tired also. I was really getting tired from the pushing and stuff. It's like the baby was not coming out. So it feels like you're doing your biggest constipated number 2 ever. And when you are pushing, you think you're gonna push from the front lady bits. No, you're pushing from the back. Like you're literally doing number 2. That's basically how it feels like you're having a serious severe constipation and it's not coming out. The biggest dung, but it's not coming out. So you push. Then later, yeah, I was making progress. The baby was getting closer and closer. And then later, oh yeah, before that, you remember I said my water did not break. So I just saw her take some long stuff and then putting it in there. Then all of a sudden I just felt trash like water. So she broke my water for me, basically. Yeah, my water, yeah. And then later the senior nurse came in, and the senior nurse, and then the student nurse was like, I think we have to cut her. And then the senior nurse was like, no, I think she looks fine. I don't think she will tear, because the student nurse was afraid that I might tear. And when you tear, it's not controllable. You can tear really bad. But yeah. So she said, no, I think we have to cut her. And then the student nurse was like, the senior nurse was like, no, I think she won't probably not tear. So it's fine, she must just continue pushing. Okay, then she left. And then later when I was pushing, the head is not coming out nice. I think a little bit of it came out, and then she even made me feel the head. It was very soft and squishy, and yeah. But the baby was not coming out completely. So the nurse was like, I don't care what these people are saying, I have to cut you, because it's also for the safety of the baby. The baby might get tired and whatever. So, oh man, I did not want to be cut, Lord. I did not want to be cut. When I saw those scissors near, I was like, oh my goodness. And then, but you have no choice. You can't. You have no choice. That's the only way. And then my friend, she took the scissors. I thought now she was just gonna cut like that, and I could feel where the scissors were. She put them there, and I could feel like a little bit of pain. And then she told me, okay, when you are getting the contraction, just push. And then I didn't know that. I thought now she already cut or anything. And then I got the contraction, and then when I was pushing, that's the time she was cutting. I even held her hand. I was holding her wrist like this, her arm. I was holding when I was pushing, and I was like, oh. But she was such a very nice nurse. Oh my goodness, she was so nice. Imagine if it was those mean nurses and you're holding her hand while she's cutting. I was squeezing her hand, and then she cut. And then I think after she cut, that's when the head came out. Yeah, the head came out. And then later she was like, okay, now you have to deliver the whole baby now, for the baby to come down. One last push. That time I was not even getting contractions anymore. You just had to push so that baby can come out. So I just pushed really hard. I was like, let me just do this for my baby. He was really tired. I was so exhausted. I was running out of energy. I was like, let me just do this for my baby. I pushed, and then I just sort of, and then all that liquid and stuff like that, the baby came out. I was so relieved. It was such a relief. It was such a relief. And then she placed the baby on me. That time she wasn't crying still. I didn't know the gender yet. We didn't know the gender of the baby. So the first thing I asked was like, okay, what is the gender? Then she just showed me. I said, oh yeah, it's a girl. And then she placed me there, and she started crying. They look so weird. I thought I was gonna cry, but I didn't cry, because she was looking so weird, like a alien or something, covered in white stuff, just slippery and yeah. And she started crying. I was so relieved. I was so happy. And then they injected me on my thigh. I think I was losing, I don't know, I was getting a bit unconscious, but I was so tired. I was starting to even sleep and stuff. Yeah. And then they took the baby to clean her, and then they put like a thing on her leg that written my name and whatever, so that they don't mix the babies up. Yeah. And then they injected me so that to control the bleeding or something like that. I'm not a nurse, but I think that's what it is for. And then she was like, okay. Then they started pressing in my belly to clean the what is it? Is it the uterus? I don't know. Yeah, pressing so the stuff can come out, man. Oh no, they didn't clean me yet. I had to deliver the placenta. So I thought I was gonna get contractions again, but no, I just had to push it out. So she was like, okay, now let's deliver the placenta. And then I pushed, and then the placenta also came out. Squash. Yeah. And then I hope I didn't leave any detail out. That was okay. The time that I gave birth was exactly 8 minutes past 8 in the morning. That's the time I gave birth. So yeah. Okay. And then she was like, okay, now I have to. Oh yeah. After now I delivered the placenta. That's when they like cut. They pressed on my belly to clean me and stuff. Oh, it was uncomfortable because they put their hand in. Oh, I don't know. I don't even remember because it was just. I just gave myself over to the nurses like, it's fine, man. Just whatever happens. It's you are bringing life into the world, so you know. And then she was like, okay, I have to stitch you up now because they cut me. And then I was like, are you going to numb me? Like at the area now? She's like, yes. Oh, I was so glad because I heard some people can just get stitched up without being numbed. So I was really grateful that I was being numbed. I don't even know if that's a word, but yeah. Anyway, so she said, okay, I'm gonna start. She took the injection, and I hate injections so much. But during that time, you have no choice. So she injected me in the area where she cut me, and I think it was numb. And she took, then I was just looking the needle looking like this with those scissors and stuff with the thread that they stitch you with. And then she started stitching inside. She said she was gonna stitch inside first, then she stitches outside. I don't know what the hell that means, but it was long. It took really long. And then she stitched me inside. I wasn't feeling anything. And then when she was stitching now on the outside, I was feeling a little bit of pain. But you have no choice. It has to be done, you know. And then she's like, okay, I have to, let me now stitch you again where you tore. I'm like, huh? I tore. I didn't know that I tore. I didn't even feel it when I was tearing. And I actually tore 3rd-degree tear. 3rd-degree tear. So I got cut and I tore at the same time. Like, what the hell? I was thinking, if I was a guy, then they should have just let me just tear. They didn't have to cut me. Yeah. Anyway, she numbed me again, and then she stitched me inside again and outside. And that time when she was stitching, I was even falling asleep. I was so tired. I was even falling asleep. And then after that, she cleaned me up, and then I stood up and I went to the room. You know, I was bleeding also, so you have to put on maternity pads. The blood was coming out a lot, so you have to bleed because it's cleaning itself. You just gave birth to a human being, though. Yeah. And then a few minutes later, they gave me my baby, my little princess. And yeah, now we're here. You brought life into this world. Amazing. Yeah, that's my story. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, please click the like button, and please subscribe to my channel so that it grows. Please subscribe to my channel, and please leave in the comments if any video ideas that you would want to hear from me. And yeah, so later I'll be doing the postpartum video, like on myself, how I am healing. So right now I'm 2 months postpartum, so I gave birth 2 months ago. So yeah, I'll just give you an update on how I'm healing, how the baby's doing, the milestones. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you later.